So the big mode Game Jam 2025 just happened. Let's talk about it. You guys know Video Game Donkey? Of course you do. He's a big fat guy that sucks up all of the food. And so of course I'm gonna join the Game Jam, you guys. Of course it's gonna go without any issues. Of course I won't have to stay up until 6 AM fixing corrupted files. So I just found a good team and waited until the Game Jam theme was revealed. And we got to work. We decided to make you play as a giant mech and give you the option to destroy an entire city. Let's just say that Pacific Rim was thought about a lot. Yeah, let's leave it at that. So, I got the destruction working. Took me like 2 days because I tried to do every single building actually simulated. Bad idea. So in the end, I just switched between 2 models and spawned a ton of smoke to hide it. Next up was getting the mech just right. So my 3D artist, link in the description by the way, got me this model for the mech and I immediately got to work animating the guy. So I spent the entire day on that, then I added some procedural animations and at the end he came out looking like this. Then I gave him an option to be whacked through buildings. I wanted a bit of a break from all this gameplay stuff and so I made the main menu. I got this awesome track in the background which a musician made, link in the description by the way, and so I added it in. Next thing that I added was a gun. Pretty standard, nothing much to it. There were supposed to be 2 guns, so I made an entire inventory system for them, which turned out to be pretty useless. Then I added this cube enemy, made him shoot me and so on. Eventually I'd make my enemies explode, so that's something cool I guess. And then later our 3D artist sent me this model and some animations for him, so I added those and he was done. Next up, I moved on to the second enemy, and this one, well... that was pretty fun to work on. Next up was sound design, and this actually almost broke me. I never want to do sound design again. I'll probably have to. It's gonna be real bad. So I worked all day making sure that I would play as few sounds as possible, since I didn't want to go over the limit of 32 sounds at once, and it was really painful. Made my own system for limiting the amount of specific sound that could be played at once. Then I figured out that something like concurrency exists. Next up, before I merged my build with our 3D artist build, he was doing our level design as well, I got to work on the boss. Luckily, he already had him animated for me, so I just added the boss into the game. It took me a whole day and so we only had about 2 more days to finish everything else. I gave him 2 distinct phases, with him being way more aggressive once you chip his health down to a certain level. Then I had to do sound design for him, and honestly I dreaded this at first, but it wasn't all that bad actually, he was one of the easy ones. Next, our musician sent me all of our tracks that we needed and I just quickly implemented them in an evening. And they are the tracks that you've been listening to this entire video. We even got a bit of a dynamic situation going on with the boss theme, because we thought that it would be a good idea. And it was. Yeah, I think it worked out great. And during this whole time, I've added a whole lot more things, don't get me wrong. For example, upgrade system, settings, dialogue, tutorial, currency, stamina system, 2 health bars. But if you're interested in seeing all of that, you can check out the game on itch.io right now. So we've gotten to the final day, and since I don't live in America, the game jam ends at 7 AM for me. So I just pulled an all-nighter to fix and finish all the stuff that was needed. And that went pretty well, until 2 AM. Some of the really important files suddenly became corrupt, and I couldn't fix it. So I then spent another 3 hours fixing the thing, pulling files from 3 separate versions of the game into one blob of a game until it worked again. Then I quickly added some final things, tested it all out, uploaded to itch.io at 6 AM and slept like a baby. We are now actually working on a full release, and our plan right now is to get the demo out into your hands on the Steam Next Fest on February 24th. So, if this stuff seems remotely interesting to you guys, subscribe to stay updated on that. We're going to need your help with this one.